All right, good afternoon. My name is Megan Bell. I'm one of the librarians at UAB Libraries, and today's workshop is an introduction to EndNote. As I said before, this workshop is being recorded, and everyone who registered for this will will receive the recording. I'm going to leave my camera off today, and I will check the chat box every so often to see if there's any questions in there. But also feel free to like raise your hand or something like that if you have a question as I go through it. But I'll try to stop every so often and ask whether you have any questions. So here are the learning objectives of today's session. So by the end of today's session, my goal is that you'll be able to list locations where EndNote libraries should not be saved. And I'll tell you more in a few slides. What does that mean? That you'll recognize what files are needed in order for EndNote to function correctly on your computer. I'll show you how to create a personal library of references and what do I even mean by that phrase? What does that mean? We'll talk about identifying the location of and use of output styles, how to add references to your library, like how to add more references to EndNote, how to use the group feature to help you organize your EndNote, and how to EndNote works with Microsoft Word. And I'll show you how to insert references into Microsoft Word from EndNote and also how to format those citations within Microsoft Word. So why use EndNote? So it's a place where you can store all of your references and the full text of those articles from different databases all in one place. So it just makes it very, it helps you to organize, all the different research and different topics that you're working on. You can organize them using one software. You can organize your references based on groups. So for example, if you're working on a certain project, you can put everything for all the citations for a certain project in one group, or however you want to organize it, or however it makes more sense to you, you can organize your references. And also you can use it to create and format in-text citations and a bibliography, which is a click of a button. So it can save you so much time. So if you're doing a manuscript for one particular journal, and let's say for whatever reason, it wasn't accepted at that first journal, you don't have to go back and reformat all your citations. Instead, you can there's an easy drop-down menu in Microsoft Word, and you can just click that drop-down menu, and it automatically will format your citations in, a different citation format. So it can just save you so much time. We do have an EndNote guide. So a lot of things that I'm going over today are also on that guide. So when you get the recording of today's session, we'll also include a link to the PowerPoint that I'm showing today. But anyway, you can go to that guide and there are videos on there as well as screenshots with instructions on how to perform various tasks in EndNote. So to get the software, UAB has a campus-wide subscription to EndNote, and it's available to anyone with the academic UAB email address. So if you're on the health system side, if you can't use your UAB MC address to download the software, you have to use your UAB, the academic side of campus, to download to download the software. But anyway, you just go to UAB on the hub and then you sign in with your Blazor ID and password. And you can just in the search box, you can just type in EndNote. And then it gives you options for different operating systems. So you select whatever operating system matches what you have, whether it's a Mac or PC. And then you just download the software. And once you download it, you can put it on multiple devices. You don't download it again. I mean, well, you don't like once you have it, it's going to be in your like in your account in your cart. And if you need to download it on multiple devices, you just log back into UAB on the hub, go into your account, and then you can download it on a different software on a different computer. Okay, so here's where you should not save EndNote. Do not save it to any cloud environment. So no Box, no iCloud, no Google Drive. So for example, if you're on a Mac, I noticed that some people like by default, they may automatically have their desktop or their documents automatically going to iCloud. And if that is the case, then you will need to download your EndNote library to the applications folder of Mac. So just be aware of that. Don't put it on a USB drive and don't put it on a network. If you do any of these things, so the EndNote Corporation, the EndNote company, they said that the EndNote library may eventually become corrupt, and then it won't work anymore. So in order for it to work, it needs to be on the hard drive of your computer. And if you're concerned about, well, what if my computer crashes or something happens? So what you can do, and we're not going to go over that in this session, but it should be, the information is on the, I believe it should be on the online guide I mentioned. But you can sync or you can connect the EndNote library that's on your desktop to a cloud environment. And so it'll basically it'll automatically update your citations periodically. And so if something were to happen to the EndNote library that's on your hard drive, you can just log into your EndNote online account, and you can get all your citations back again. And if necessary, you can also reach out to EndNote, the customer service, and they'll walk you through how to make sure you get all of your citations back. And so when I say EndNote library, let me explain what I mean by that. Think about it like there's Microsoft Word, right? There's the software, and that software is on your computer. But within that software, you may create multiple documents within that software, and each document is like an independent thing. So it's the same thing with when I'm referring to an EndNote library. There's EndNote software that's on your computer, but within that software, you create a library that's kind of equivalent. Yeah, you create an independent library that there's a collection of all of your references. All right, any questions so far?
No.
Nope, we're good. Okay. So to create a new library, what you do is you open the software on your computer, whether it's a Mac or a PC, however you open a new software on your computer, you do that. And then you'll see an option at the top of the screen, and you want to select File, and then you click New. So let me try to actually do that. Okay, so I'm going to close this. I already have something created, but so on a Mac, I would open the software. And then if you look across the top, this is how I know that the software is actually opened. So I would go to File, and then I would click New. And then this box is going to pop up. By default, it names it My EndNote Library. You can name it whatever you want to. If you want to leave it My EndNote Library, that's fine. If you want to name it something else, that's also fine. So you need to save it to the hard drive of your computer. So you can save it to the desktop or documents or wherever you want to put it. But again, it has to be on the hard drive of your computer. So you name it whatever you want to, and then you save it. You decide what location where you want to put it, and then you click save. So I'm not going to click save, but that's what you would do. Another thing I want to mention is that EndNote recommends that you only create one EndNote library. So in other words, like you only do this step I'm showing you one time. And then if you have multiple projects that you're working on, they recommend that you create multiple groups within this one EndNote library that I'm creating, that I have here. And that's how you would organize it. So if you want to, you can create more than one library if you want to, but that may become a lot for you to keep up with. And then another thing to keep in mind is that I mentioned that online, that you can connect your desktop version of EndNote with your online version of EndNote. You can only connect one EndNote like on one version of the desktop library with your EndNote with your online account. So if you have multiple libraries and you're connecting all of those to your online account, eventually all of your citations are going to get mixed together because it's not going to keep them separate. It's going to mix all of them together. So that kind of defeats the purpose of you having the multiple libraries on your computer. So anyway, they recommend just doing one library and then creating multiple groups within that library. Okay, so once you created your EndNote library, there are two pieces of the library, right? So one is this folder, this little blue folder you see, and you see there's a name that's associated with it. And at the end of that name, it says .data, okay? And then underneath it, there's another EndNote library, and it has this purple and white icon, and then it has the same name, right? But at the end of it, it says .enl. So the only thing you need to remember from that is that there are two parts of your EndNote library, okay? This first part is where PDFs are saved. So if you decide to attach or include the PDF of the articles, of the article references to EndNote, those PDFs will be saved in this little folder. .enl file, that's where the actual references are saved. So like the author name, title of the journal, the URL, all that stuff like that. The reference information is saved in a .enl file. You need both pieces of this of EndNote to be located in the same folder in order for EndNote to function correctly. So if they ever get separated, for whatever reason, this ENL gets moved one place and then the data is somewhere else, your EndNote library won't function correctly. So just remember that if you ever decide to, for whatever reason, move your library from one place to another, there are two pieces of it and you have to move both pieces. Also, another thing to kind of keep in mind, if any of you ever work on a like a big literature review project, like a systematic review or any kind of big literature review project where you're going to have to like review multiple PDFs and you use a software called like Covidence or something like that, and it's going to ask you to pull in, like do a bulk import of multiple PDFs. Anyway, and you're gonna have to use like EndNote in order to do that. This is what they're gonna ask you to do. When they're asking you to find those PDFs, they're all gonna be in this like little folder part of your EndNote library. Okay. All right, so now exporting citations from databases. So before I go on, any questions about what I've said so far?
Nope.
No, we're good so far? Okay. So now exporting databases, citations from the databases. All right, so it may look a little bit different depending on what browser you're using, but Internet Explorer, or I guess we call this Edge now. So Edge, Firefox, Chrome, and Safari, they're all compatible with EndNote. So you can export from any of those places or using any of those browsers. When exporting the references from databases, an import file will be created and it's going to go to your downloads folder. So I will say, how many of you use a Mac? Can you like show me like a raised hand or something like that if you use a Mac? Nobody? Okay, you all are Windows? Okay, great. Well, that makes it easy because there's something called direct import where you can send a citation directly from a database into EndNote. It's a lot easier to do in Windows. Sometimes in a Mac, it may give you a few more steps, but yeah. So it doesn't matter whether you choose to use, Chrome, Firefox, whatever, you'll be able to directly import the citations from a database into EndNote. And you can still do it on the Mac. It just sometimes it may give you an extra step. Okay. So we're going to start with PubMed. So in PubMed, you go to PubMed, you do your search, and to the left of whatever the title of the articles, you'll see this little checkbox. And so if you only need to select, a few, like one or two, five, whatever, if you only want a subset of the results that you retrieved in PubMed, you just click those boxes. And then from there, you select at the top of the page, you select send to, the button that says send to, and then you pick selection. If you only want like a subset, a couple of them, you click selection and then you select create file, and the file is going to go to your downloads folder. And then if you double click on the file from your downloads folder, it should automatically import into EndNote. Now, I will say that if you were doing like a systematic review and you want to send all of your results into EndNote, then you would select all results. And you wouldn't like, if you want to send all of your results from from PubMed into EndNote, you don't have to go through the check process. You don't have to you don't need to check off any of the boxes. You can just go to the top of the page that says send to, you would click all results, and then you would send it to EndNote. So, yeah, so let me actually do that. Let's see, I'm going to go to PubMed. All right, so let's say I only want to do maybe 3. So I picked those and I was like, I want to send those to EndNote. So then I select send to, I click Citation Manager, and it has selection 3 because I've selected 3. I'm going to click Create File, and it's showing this in my Downloads folder. And if I click this, let me go back. Okay, it's giving me that extra step. This only happens if you're on like a Mac. Okay, and it's doing this because I didn't have it opened already. So now it's asking me to select which library do I want to send it to, and I'm sending it to this one. All right, so it automatically comes in. So let me try this again. I'm gonna do, all right, I'm gonna pick this one this time. And I'm gonna select Send to, Citation Manager, Create File. I'm gonna click that. Oh, it's doing it again. Yeah, it's giving me the extra step. Okay. So now it's in my EndNote library. All right, this slide is showing you some of the different options you may see. So if you're in Edge, you may see, this will pop up probably at the bottom of your screen, and you would just click Open to send it to your EndNote library. If you're in Firefox, sometimes this will pop up. But again, that's if you're on a Windows computer. And then you would just select Open With, and this drop-down menu, you would select EndNote, and then you click OK, and it would go into your EndNote library. And then if you're on Chrome, then it would show up in this box may show in the lower left-hand corner. And again, you would just select the little arrow, and then you click open, and then it should go directly to your EndNote library. If anyone was on Safari, what you could do is you can send it to, again, the file will go to your downloads folder. And then you can double click on the file, and as I showed you, and then a box is going to pop up, and you select what library you want it to go to, and then it'll put it in that library. Okay, I'm going to pause, and I'm going to go back here. All right, so I'm going to go over what we're seeing on the screen. All right, so all references. So right now in this library, I have 218 references, total references in this library, okay? Imported references, this is whatever's the most recent thing that I imported into EndNote, that's going to show up here. So that's one way to check. If you want to know, if you're unsure whether something is imported into EndNote, just look where it says imported references, and that'll show you the most recent thing that came in. Recently added, that's also the more recent thing. So I've just imported 4 today. So it's showing me these are the most recent 4 that I sent in. But imported references is the last thing I just sent over. Unfiled. So if I have not assigned the references to a group, then it's going to stay in this little subset called unfiled. And trash, if I ever delete anything, it goes to the trash folder. And if I want to permanently delete it, I have to delete it from the trash folder. Now, groups is a way to organize the citations that I have in EndNote. So if I want to organize these 218, I can create groups for them. And so to create groups, you have 2 options. You could either right click if you're on a Windows computer, or if you're on a Mac, you can do the 2-finger click, and you get this drop down menu, and then you can select create group, and then you name it something. You click enter, and then it shows up there. And if you want to put something in a group, you could just just go to unfiled, and you highlight 1 or more citations you want to move, and then you just drag it over. And so now if I click on this group, I'm going to see the subset, the group of the references that I put there. But if I want to see all of my citations, then I go to all references. And you can also create group sets. So you have multiple ways you can organize. You can organize this into different levels, different subsets. So I can have groups. I can also create a group set with multiple groups underneath there. So you have multiple options on how you can do this. Now, another thing to know about groups is that you can do what's called smart groups. And so you can create these rules, right? And so what it does is it works prospectively and retrospectively. So you can say, okay, if I want anything published by a particular author, I want it to automatically go to this particular group. Or anything with this particular keyword, I want it to automatically go into this particular group. Or if anything published in this year, whatever. So you have these drop-down menus, and you can select any of these things you want to and set whatever rule you want. And then it's going to automatically send those citations, both citations that are already in your EndNote library, as well as new citations that you send is going to automatically put them in those particular groups. So that can save you a lot of time. You don't have to go through and manually do it. You can set these rules where it'll automatically do it for you. So I'm going to try diabetes. And I'm going to say the title contains diabetes. And I'm going to say create. Okay, and notice it's already filled it with 19. So anything that I currently have in my EndNote library that met that criteria, it automatically filled it. So that's a way it can save you some time. And then you also have from groups, and that's just a more intricate way that you can create your groups in there. So basically, like, you can combine groups from different groups. If I wanted to combine some from, test one and some from diabetes, I can set different rules and it'll automatically populate that group with those references based on whatever rules I set. So now we're gonna look to the right of the screen. So I'm going to, whatever you have highlighted, that's what's gonna show up here. So right now I'm gonna start with summary. So summary gives you, you can see all the different parts of your citation. So I see the abstract, I see the title, different, piece of information that I need to know about. But another thing I want to show you is that if you look at the bottom, when you're in summary, if you look at the bottom, this shows you how this citation is going to format in your paper. So right now it's on APA 7th edition, but if I change this to, let's say, JAMA, that's the way it will look in my paper for JAMA. Or if I change it to, Nature, that's the way it's going to look at, if I did it in a Nature citation. So that's a way for you to kind of see how it's going to format in your paper. But sometimes I also use this if I need to like quickly get a citation, use a citation for something. Sometimes you can also like just copy this and paste it into your paper or paste it into whatever you need to use it for. Sometimes I do that to quickly get a citation in the correct get a reference in the correct citation style. So you can use it that way too. All right, if you need to edit something, so if something is not formatting correctly, then you can come here to change it. So this box is very important because this box is labeled as reference type. That determines how your citation is going to appear, how is it going to format in your paper. So like journal article is going to format differently than like a personal communication or whatever. So yeah, that's really important. But if you ever need to change anything like the authors' names or any other stuff, you would go to the edit option. And then once you finish editing it, you click save, and then it's going to save your citation. PDF. If you decide to attach anything, you can manually attach PDFs. So they have to be saved on your computer already, and then you can manually attach those PDFs. You would use this feature, and you would navigate to wherever your PDF is on your computer. You select open, and then it'll attach the PDF there. So let me give you an example. Just pick something, select open. And so now you see the PDF is there. And I just have to make sure that I go to File and Save. And that's going to save it. And the PDF is there. When you see this little paper clip next to a reference, then you know that the PDF is there. And EndNote does have a feature where you can, it has something called a find full text feature where it will automatically find the PDFs for you. But we're not going over that in today's session, but I just want to mention that to you. It does have that feature as well, which is really useful too. All right, we're gonna go back to summary. Oh, and so when you have the PDFs here, I'm gonna open it. So you can annotate these, you can highlight them. Um, so if I wanted to highlight, I can highlight it. I can add notes, comments to it, and type something in. And then again, once I finish, make sure, okay, I'm gonna make this smaller. Save it. Yes, make sure I save it. And see, notice that everything's just saved there. All right, so now if you want to export citations from EBSCO, so EBSCO is the vendor. There are different databases within EBSCO. So for example, if you want to export something from CINAHL or Business Source Premier or Academic Search Premier, we'll go over the steps to do that. It is a little bit different than in PubMed. So first, you have to actually select the references that you need. So we're going to actually, let's see, we're going to go there. So we'll do Academic Search Premier. Okay. Just going to do just a basic search. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is you have to select these little blue folders. And as you're selecting them, they're showing up here. They're going in a subfolder. They're going in a folder for you. And once you're ready to export it, you go to this folder in the top at this in this blue ribbon. And then you see the different articles you've selected. So you select the articles that you want to send. And then you go to the right and you click export. And then you need to make sure, this is important, make sure this first little circle is selected where it says direct export in RIS format. That's important. Make sure you select that. And then you click save. And again, it goes to your downloads folder and you should be able to just click on this and it'll go to EndNote. So let me go to EndNote. And there it goes. Those are the two that I just sent. It's in EndNote. All right, any questions about that? All right, we've already talked about the group feature. So I mentioned output styles before. Output styles control how references will appear in citations and bibliography. So let's see, we click on summary. This is the output style. And this drop-down menu, these are the output styles. And when we go to Microsoft Word, I'll show you where you should see that, where to look for that in Microsoft Word. All right, so in your paper, here's the way it would look if you had something in AMA format. It's going to automatically do your super scripts And if you and it automatically does your references, and it's going to do it in numerical order as it appears in your paper. It automatically does all that stuff. And if it was an APA, you can it does your in-text citation for you, and it automatically puts things in alphabetical order by the author's name for you in your reference list. So inserting citations in a Word document. So I'm gonna go to a Word document. All right, so if EndNote has been downloaded correctly on your computer, then you should see this EndNote tab on your computer. I'm gonna click on this. Seriously. Okay. Yeah, this normally shouldn't happen. I'm not sure why it's happening now, but anyway, let's give it a minute. Let me see if I can cancel this. Okay. All right, so you should see that. Um, we're going to do, so I'm gonna just put in a test sentence. Okay. So wherever your cursor is blinking, that's where it's going to insert your citation. Okay, so I'm going to put my cursor before my period, and I'm going to go, before I do that, let me just let you know what are you seeing up here. So this insert citation, this is what you're going to click to actually insert the citation throughout your manuscript or throughout your paper. This is EndNote Online. So I mentioned that there's the EndNote desktop version and there's the EndNote Online, and that you can connect your desktop version to the online version. And this is how you do that within Word. Edit manage citation. So one thing we're going to talk about in a few minutes is how to edit your citation. So for example, if you need to remove something, what's the correct way to do it? If you want to add in page numbers or whatever, I'm going to show you. This is what you need to look for in your Microsoft Word EndNote tab to do that, to make any kind of modifications. Style. So this is the output style I told you about that controls how your citations are going to format in your paper. So you go here, let me see, give you a, oh, let's see if it's gonna do it. All right, it's not doing it now. I think that's because I recently updated my computer. But anyway, this is where you would look to see the citation style. Update citations and bibliography. So if you already you had your manuscript and you put in some citations, and then for whatever reason, let's say you had to change something like in the actual if you went back to EndNote. And let's say, you had to edit something here, you made a change. After you made that change, and then you would make sure you save it, when you go back to the Microsoft Word, you would select update citations and bibliography, and it would update everything in your manuscript for you. Configure bibliography. Okay, so this part is important when, let's see if it'll do anything. Okay, great. Okay. So you would use this to format your bibliography. Okay, so for example, when you are using APA, APA is supposed to be double spaced. All right. When you are typing the manuscript part of your paper, I'm not talking about the reference list, but the manuscript part of your paper, you're going to use the home tab in order to double space, right? But that won't affect your bibliography. So in order to double space your bibliography, you need to go to configure bibliography, and that's where you can set your double spacing and your indentation and everything you need to do in your bibliography. This is where you go to do that. So you would go to layout, and then right now it's on single line spacing. I will go to double line spacing. And if I wanted to change the font size or the font, so if I want to change this to Times New Roman or Arial, this is where I would do that. Tools, okay, convert to plain text. So this one may come in handy if, let's say sometimes when you need to, when it's time for you to submit your manuscript to the publisher, they may not want to have, well, we'll talk about this, but you'll see that when something's connected to EndNote, it should turn gray. And they have like this formatting that's going on in the background. And sometimes when it's time for you to submit your manuscript, they don't want that formatting that's there. So you may need to use the convert to plain text, and that way, and what it does, it creates a separate file for you. So you'll have one file that has your EndNote that's still connected to EndNote, and it'll create a separate file that's no longer connected to EndNote. And the file that's no longer connected to EndNote, that's the one you would send to your publisher. Preferences, so sometimes you can switch between using your desktop version or your online version, and that's what this is about. And then this is the help button. Oh, okay, someone has a question. Let's see. Sure, yes. I will, let me see. How about, so I'm not sure if you all can see my chat box, but so one of the participants asked, hey, I'm at work and I'm only catching this information in bits and pieces. Is it possible to schedule a one-on-one or see this video again? So I am sending out, we are going to send out a video. This is being recorded. We're going to send out a video of this to everyone who registered. And also, we also plan to send out the slides, but I'm also going to put my email address in the chat box. And so feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions and I can answer your question. If I can't answer them by email, I will, or we can also schedule a one-on-one consultation and we can go over whatever questions you have as well. So that's also an option. Okay, so as I said before, wherever your cursor is blinking, that's where it's going to insert your citation. So I have it before my period. I'm going to click insert citation. So this box pops up. And so you need to put in, you can put in any keyword from your citation. It could be the author's name. It could be a word from the title. Doesn't matter. Any keyword you want to put. So I'm going to just put in diabetes. Wait, put this, delete this, diabetes. And so it should, see if it's going to do it. Great. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to see if I restart this, if it'll do it for me. It's not working. I need to fix something. So let me see if there are screenshots that I can tell you what's supposed to happen. Okay, so we have that. All right, so we went over this where you'll see this EndNote and whatever version you have to. So if you have EndNote 21, you see EndNote 21. You have EndNote 20, you'll see EndNote 20. And then you'll see these different options. And I already went over what these different options mean across the toolbar. And if you're on a Mac and you can't find the site while you write, here are some screenshots on where to look in order to find it. So you choose the bibliographic style. So I mentioned that drop-down menu. And there are thousands of styles that are there. Yeah, there are thousands of styles that are there. And if you don't see the style that you need, you can go online to you can go to endnote.com and they have like over 5,000 styles that are there. They even have styles for specific journals. So if the journal is asking you to publish things in a specific style, you can try to find that journal name. Or if you want to do one of the more general ones like APA, JAMA, whatever, MLA, whatever, it has that too. Okay, so wherever your cursor is blinking, that's where it's going to appear. So you would click this insert citation, and this is what should happen. So you type in any keyword, and then you'll get, it's going to populate it with anything that matches the keyword that you put in. And it's going to connect to your EndNote library. And then you just select one or more citations that you want to insert into EndNote. I'm sorry, that you want to insert into your Word document. And then you have this option here at the bottom, you'll see something that says insert. And by default, it does the parentheses citations, but you do have different options. So you could do author year if you want to insert a citation at the beginning of your sentence. You can also do the year and exclude the author. You can do insert into the bibliography only. So you have different places, options on where to put the citation and how it's going to format it to look. So you can also insert citations from within EndNote as well. So you could um, highlight a citation within EndNote and click this little quotation icon, and it should insert in your paper. Let me see if it'll work for me. Let's see if it'll do that for me. Let's see this, and then it's no, I don't think it's going to do it. It's not giving me that option. But yeah, it's what the instructions were saying is that you could also highlight something from within EndNote. And then this, if this were not, this is grayed out, so it's not giving me that option. I have something I need to fix on my computer. But this would not be grayed out, and you can click on this, and it should automatically insert into whatever Word document you have opened. All right, so editing citations. So if you ever need to delete a citation, the correct way to do it is you don't want to just backspace and delete it because EndNote may not remember that you did that, and so you may open your document, later, and you'll see the citation still there, and you're like, oh, I thought I deleted it. So the correct way to do it is you need to select the citation, and then you go to Edit Reference. And then there's a box that'll appear that, let me see if there's a screenshot of it. Yeah, okay. So you would select the reference and then you select edit and manage citations. Let's see, okay. And so this box is going to pop up and it's going to show you a list of all the citations that are within that one Word document. And then you select the citation that you want to remove and you look in the far right and you'll get a drop and you click on the little like triangle and you'll get a drop down menu, and in that drop down menu select remove citation, and then after that you click OK at the bottom, and when you do that then it's going to remove the citation from your manuscript, and when you remove the citation from your manuscript it's going to automatically update everything in your manuscript as well. So like if it was in a numbered style like JAMA, it would automatically update all of your numbers. If it were in APA, that's in alphabetical order by author last name or whatever, then it will automatically, redo everything in alphabetical order in your manuscript and in your bibliography. It automatically does all of that for you. So let me see if there's a picture of that. Okay, I mentioned this convert to plain text thing already. Okay, let me go back. So let's see. How much time do we have? Okay. Can you raise your hand if you have EndNote downloaded on your computer already? No one has it downloaded yet? Okay. So I see a hand clap by Dress Hayes. Does that mean you have it? Okay, I see a hand raised by Amber. Do you have it? You can talk.
I do have it downloaded. I was trying
You
to
have it.
find the hand raise button.
Oh, okay, okay.
I have it as well.
Okay, so multiple of you have, okay, so would any of you be willing to share your screens? Because some things that are not currently working on my computer may actually work on yours, and I can like point out some features that I wanted to show you all.
I guess you can try me. I'm not too familiar with it, but you can,
I mean,
I
I'll walk you
guess.
through it. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, who said that?
Me, Dross.
Okay, so let me go to the participants. Mute. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing mine. Stop share. Okay, so you can try sharing yours. Okay, so okay, yeah, you should be able to do it. So can you highlight that one citation that you have? All right, now click where it says those double quotation marks. Can you click that? And open a
Okay.
Word document. So I guess it went there. I don't know if it,
Yeah, it did. Let me try to. So I had this Word document open and it just like popped up right here. So just
exactly.
for
So
research.
it popped up right there because that must have been where his cursor was. So that's why it popped up there. So again, wherever your cursor is, that's where it's gonna pop up. And it's also gonna do it whatever. Yeah, and notice at the end, it goes wherever it goes to the end of your document and automatically starts doing your in-text citation. And it popped on that document because that's probably what he had opened. So whatever's open on your computer, that's where it's gonna pop up. So I don't usually do it that way. I usually start in the Word document to do it. So can you open, but before you do that, I also want you to notice that can you click back where it says Miller, Burgess, AL, ETAL at the first, no, yeah, that right there. Notice that, okay, click on it one more time. Just click on it once, right there, stop. Okay. So notice that it turns gray. So that's what I was trying to point out to you that when you see something turn gray, that means it is connected to EndNote. If you ever click on a citation and it does not turn gray, it is not connected to EndNote. So if you may have thought you used EndNote or whatever, something happened. I don't know what, but something happened if it does not turn gray. So that's one way you know whether that document is connected to EndNote. Yeah, but that's different. The whole thing isn't turning gray. Yeah, so
Right.
it's gonna.
I'm just like demonstrating like this
Oh
is
yeah,
how it
yeah, yeah.
this is
So
right.
that's
This is
and then
not.
also if you click on, notice when he clicked on the reference and the reference list, the full thing, the full citation in the reference list at the end of
Um
the very bottom.
oh yeah.
Click again, same thing. If you're in your reference list, it should turn gray if it's connected to EndNote. So I wanted to point that out. So that's the one way you can tell, like when you use, if you decide to use the plain, convert the plain text or whatever, you'll know which document is the plain text versus which one is connected to EndNote. Because when you click on a citation, if it's the EndNote one, it's going to turn gray. If it's not the EndNote one, it won't turn gray. But if you use the plain text feature, it's going to create a copy. And they definitely recommend that when you name it in a way that you'll know which is the EndNote copy and which is the not EndNote copy. All right. Other thing I want to mention, can you just open a new document?
Yes.
Okay. So this time, can you go to EndNote 21, the tab that says EndNote 21? Right there. Yeah. Okay. And then, well, and where your cursor is blanking, can you type in a sentence? Could be any sentence. Okay, great. And put it in your period and put your cursor before your period. All right, and then click on that insert citation icon in the far left that has like the quotation marks. Far left, right there. Yeah. Okay, and then click the first one. Okay, so then this box pops up. So what did you put in? What was the name of that article you put in your EndNote library?
Um but let me see. Let me go back. So practical
Okay, let's
applications
put
of
in
opt-out grammar.
application. Okay, so let's go back to
Okay.
Word and let's type in do the thing again. And that just type in application. All right, and then click find. All right, so then it pops up, right? So then you could double click on that or you can click on it. Okay, yeah, we could do that. All right, and notice it's putting it in right there. It's automatically doing the citation. I am surprised that that's formatting that way though. Okay, so go where it says style, because right now it's on annotated. There must not be much with it though, I guess. Where it says style in the ribbon, go up some, go up. Right where you are, up, right there.
Oh
Click
yeah.
on. All right, and change it to APA 7. All right, so yeah, I think it does look a little bit different. So yeah, and now try doing number. Go to JAMA or numbered citation. Click on the drop-down menu again and go to numbered. Okay, so now I'll put it in a number format. Can you click on the drop-down menu again? And this time select another style. All right, so there are thousands there. If you don't see, if you don't see the one that you want, you can find it there, or you can go to EndNote online, download more. So you can close that. Um, let's see. I think that's it. You can stop sharing. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Alrighty. See. Try. All right, the find full text feature. So I will at least take you to the page to do it. So let's see if I can get this to work. Okay. So in this slide, there are two links that you have to put into EndNote in order to get it to do the find full text feature. So from the link that's within the PowerPoint, there's this um, link, and you would copy it, and then you would go to EndNote, and let's see. If you're on a Mac, you would go to where it says EndNote, whatever version you have, and then you go to Settings. If you're on a Windows computer, I think it's going to be Edit. I think you would go to the Edit and then Preferences option. And I believe, yeah, this tells you where to look for it. Yeah. So when you go here, you'll see a screenshot of where to look for it. But this is the Windows option, and this is the Mac options. Anyway, but you would go to find full text, and then you copy that first link here, and then you go back and you copy the second link here, like it has it there, or for me, it would be here. And then once you do that, you would click save, and then you can, I'm gonna just do a subset. I'm gonna just do like 3. So once those links are there, you can highlight whatever you want to find the full text for or find the PDF for. And then you click this little paper with a little magnifying glass on it. And then you're going to authenticate with your Blazor ID and password. Then you get to Duo. And then you click continue. All right. So let's see. Here we go. Okay. So notice it says searching. All right. So once it starts looking for it, it'll say searching. So far, it searched for 3, and now it's searching for one more. It found one, it didn't find one. So when it finds it, it'll put a paper clip next to it. It's still searching for that one. Okay, so it found 2, it didn't find 1. And so I know it found it. I'll see the paper clip, and if I click this and I go to PDF, there's the PDF that's there. And they also have import features of EndNote. So if you already have some PDFs on the hard drive of your computer and you want to import those in, sometimes it's able to find the metadata associated with that PDF, and it'll automatically import it in, and sometimes it'll import it with the metadata. It doesn't always work, very well, but that is an option too. Let me see if I have a PDF that I can use as an example. So sometimes it'll just look like this and you'll have to manually do it, but sometimes it will import the PDF. I'm trying to get it. Okay, let me see. All right, so I'll try using it for that one, see what happens. So I would go to File, Import, and then try to find it. Here we go. I'm try this one. Import. Oh, I didn't do something right. Okay. So again, this is probably something that if you're on a Windows, you won't have this problem. But when you're on a Mac, sometimes you have to tell it what type of file you want. So let's see. PDF. And then I need to go to show options. And notice they have these different type of import options. So I need to say that I'm importing a PDF file. And then click import. There you go. Okay, yeah, see, it worked. So it imported the PDF, and also I've gotten all the metadata associated with it. So I have the title, author, all of that stuff came in with it. So that's an option for you too. If you have some PDFs that are already on your computer and you want to import them in EndNote, you can do that. And you just make sure you see, it should ask me, I'm going to go here because it should ask me whether I want to save it. Oh, it didn't. Okay. And it kept it. All right. Any questions? All right. Well, if you have any questions after today, feel free to contact us. My email address again was in the chat box. You can email me directly, or you can just contact the library or use our chat service and just ask for a librarian to help. And we can, again, we do one-on-one consultations with you, and we can do it either online or we can do it in person, whatever works best for you. All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Welcome.